Hi there! I'm really happy to talk with you today. I want to share a story. Not just one story, but a story that's happening all around the world. It's a story about food. Not just the food we eat, but also the food that many people don't have. I want to talk about the world's food problem. Let me ask you a simple question. What did you eat for breakfast today? Was it rice? Bread? Maybe cereal or eggs? Now, imagine this. What if there was no breakfast? And no lunch? Maybe just a little water for dinner? How would that feel? For some people in the world, this is their real life. They don't have enough food. They go to bed hungry, and they wake up still hungry. Can you believe that? In 2024, with so much technology and progress, people are still hungry. That's a serious problem. It's called food insecurity, when people don't have enough safe, healthy food to live well. According to the United Nations, more than 735 million people around the world go hungry. That's almost 1 in every 10 people on Earth. At the same time, we throw away 1/3 of all the food we make. That's crazy, isn't it? So much food is wasted while so many people have none. Let's think about why this happens. First, let's talk about poverty. Poor people often cannot buy enough food. Even if food is available, they may not have the money to buy it. In many countries, farmers grow crops like coffee or cocoa, but they don't earn enough to feed their own families. That's unfair. Also, food can be expensive. When prices go up, families have to choose. Do they buy food or medicine? Do they pay for school or buy rice? These are very hard choices. Another big reason is war and conflict. When there is fighting, people run away from their homes. They lose their jobs, their land, and their farms. There is no food in the markets. Transportation stops. The result? Hunger. You may have heard about places like Syria, Sudan, or Ukraine. War in those areas made food harder to get, and more expensive too. And then there's climate change. This is a global problem that makes food production harder. Too much rain or too little. Storms, floods, heat waves. Farmers can't grow food if the weather is too extreme. Crops die. Animals die. And prices rise. Poor people suffer the most. Now, here's something interesting. Even in rich countries like the US or Japan, some people are also hungry. They may live in cities, have jobs, but still not earn enough to eat well. In Japan, for example, some children eat only 1 meal a day during school holidays because school lunch is their only regular meal. This is called, quote, hidden hunger. It's not easy to see, but it's very real. At the same time, many supermarkets and restaurants throw away food every day. Why? Sometimes it's close to the best before date. Sometimes it just doesn't look perfect. A banana with a brown spot, a misshapen carrot. But that food is still good. If we used it, we could help so many people. Let me tell you about a project in France. A law was made to stop supermarkets from throwing away food. Instead, they give extra food to charities. That food goes to people who need it. Isn't that a smart idea? Japan also has food banks. These are groups that collect unused food and share it. Maybe you've heard of Second Harvest Japan. They help feed families, children, and the elderly. You see, food problems are not just about food. They are about people, systems, and choices. Let's go deeper. Sometimes, people think the Earth cannot make enough food for everyone. But that's not true. Scientists say we already produce enough food to feed every person on Earth. The problem is not the amount. It's the way we share it. Some countries have too much, others too little. Some people waste, others starve. Imagine a cake. A big cake. Enough for 10 people. But one person takes 4 pieces. Another takes 3. That leaves only 3 pieces for the other 8 people. Of course someone will go hungry. That's what's happening now. So what can we do about it? You may think, I'm just one person. I'm not a government. I'm not a farmer. But even small actions matter. First, let's start with ourselves. Let's not waste food. Take only what you need. Finish your meal. Save leftovers. Check your fridge before shopping. These are small things, but they help. Second, support local food. When you buy food from nearby farms, it uses less energy to transport. It's fresher, and it helps local farmers stay in business. Third, learn about food. Where does it come from? Who grows it? How is it made? Understanding helps us respect food more. Fourth, talk about it. Share what you learn. Tell your family, friends, teachers. Maybe your school can start a food drive. Maybe you can volunteer at a food bank someday. Let me tell you about Riko, a high school student in Tokyo. She learned about food waste in school. She and her friends started a project to collect leftover bread from bakeries and share it with shelters. It was small at first, but then more students joined. Now they help over 100 people every week. One student made a big difference. You can too. And remember, food problems are connected to many other issues: climate change, education, health, economy. When we improve food systems, we also help with these other problems. For example, when children eat well, they can study better. When farmers earn fair money, they can send their kids to school. When land is used wisely, nature stays healthy. It's all connected. Also, don't forget the power of kindness. When we share food, we share care. A meal is more than just calories. It's love, it's hope, it's connection. Here's something to think about. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "There's enough on this earth for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed." What does that mean to you? For me, it means that we should care for each other, not just take for ourselves. The world is full of amazing people and ideas. In Kenya, women grow food together in dry land, using special planting techniques. In Brazil, students learn about food and farming in school gardens. In South Korea, there's a program that gives restaurant leftovers to low-income families. These are just a few of many great efforts. Now, I want to ask you one last question. What does food mean to you? Is it just something to eat? Or is it something to be thankful for? Something to protect? Next time you eat lunch or dinner, pause for a second. Look at your food. Think about the people who grew it, the workers who packed it, the driver who brought it to the store, the cook who made it. So many people are part of that meal. And then, think about the people who don't have that meal. Not to feel sad, but to feel motivated. To ask, what can I do, even just a little? Food connects us all. Let's care more, waste less, and share better. We are not too small to make a difference. Thank you for listening. Let's make a world where everyone can eat and smile every day.